Hello, beautiful soul. I want you to take a deep breath with me right now. Just breathe in slowly, and as you breathe out, let your shoulders soften. Let your heart open just a little bit more. You know, there's something so special about this moment we're sharing together. You found your way here because something inside you is ready to expand, ready to grow, ready to step into a bigger version of who you are meant to be. I can feel your heart from here. And I want you to know that whatever brought you to this moment is perfect. Maybe you've been struggling with feeling like your dreams are too big. Or perhaps you've been trying so hard to make things happen that you feel exhausted. Maybe you've read about manifestation before, but it feels like other people have some secret that you don't know about. Or perhaps you're just starting to believe that you might actually deserve the beautiful things your heart longs for. Whatever space you're in right now, it's exactly where you need to be. Your heart wouldn't have called you here unless it was time for something wonderful to unfold in your life. You see, the universe doesn't make mistakes. Your desires aren't accidents. The dreams that keep whispering to you, even when your logical mind tries to talk you out of them, those dreams are there for a reason. They're there because they belong to you. I want you to feel into your body right now. Feel your feet on the ground. Feel yourself supported. You are safe in this moment. You are loved in this moment. And you are absolutely worthy of everything your heart desires, not because you've earned it or because you're perfect, but simply because you exist. The same force that creates galaxies and grows flowers from tiny seeds lives within you. The same intelligence that beats your heart without you having to think about it wants to support your dreams. What I've learned over all these years of working with beautiful souls like you is that manifestation isn't about becoming someone different. It's about coming home to who you really are. It's about peeling away the layers of doubt and fear and old stories that have convinced you that you're small, that you're limited, that you don't deserve good things. Those stories were never true about you, not even for one moment. Right now, as we begin this journey together, I want you to make a gentle agreement with yourself. Agree to be kind to yourself throughout this process. Agree to let go of the need to understand everything perfectly before you begin. Agree to trust that small steps forward are still progress, even when they don't feel like enough. Your willingness to be here, your willingness to stay open, that's already a form of manifestation. You're already calling in something new. The truth is, you've been manifesting your entire life. Every thought you think, every feeling you feel, every word you speak is creating your reality. You're not learning how to manifest. You're learning how to manifest consciously, how to manifest from love instead of fear, how to manifest from your true self instead of from the small, frightened part of you that thinks it has to struggle for everything. Take another breath with me. Feel yourself settling into this space of possibility. Feel yourself opening to receive not just information, but transformation. Because that's what we're here for together. We're here to transform the way you see yourself, the way you see your power, and the way you see what's possible for your life. We're here to help you prepare for manifestations that are bigger and more beautiful than anything you've allowed yourself to dream of before. Understanding what manifestation truly means begins with understanding yourself as a creative being. You are not separate from the creative force of the universe. You are an expression of it. Every cell in your body, every beat of your heart, every thought that flows through your mind is part of this incredible creative process that never stops. The question isn't whether you're manifesting. The question is what you're manifesting and whether it aligns with what you truly want. So many people think manifestation is about getting the universe to give them what they want, like making a wish and hoping some external force will grant it. But that's looking at it backward. The universe isn't outside of you. waiting to decide if you deserve your desires. The universe is expressing itself through you, as you and your desires are actually the universe wanting to experience itself in new ways through your unique life. When you understand this, everything changes. You stop feeling like you have to convince anyone or anything that you're worthy. You stop feeling like you have to prove yourself or earn your good. You start to recognize that your desires exist because the creative force of life wants to express more love, more joy, more abundance, more beauty through your experience. Your dreams aren't selfish, they're sacred. This is why forcing and pushing and trying to control every detail of how your manifestations show up doesn't work very well. When you operate from force, you're coming from a place that believes you're separate from your good, that you have to make things happen through your own limited effort. But when you understand that you're already connected to everything you desire, you can relax into a different kind of action, inspired action that flows from trust instead of fear. The foundation of conscious manifestation is built on 3 essential understandings. First, your thoughts are creative, not just the positive ones, but all of them. Your mind is like a garden, and whatever you plant there grows. If you plant seeds of worry, you grow more things to worry about. If you plant seeds of gratitude, you grow more things to be grateful for. This isn't about positive thinking for the sake of it. It's about understanding that your inner world creates your outer world. Second, your feelings are your guidance system. Your emotions tell you whether you're thinking thoughts that align with your true self or thoughts that come from fear and old programming. When you feel good, you're in alignment with who you really are and with what you truly want. When you feel bad, you're believing something that isn't true about you or about life. Your feelings aren't right or wrong. They're information, helping you navigate toward what serves you and away from what doesn't. Third, your actions carry the energy of your intentions. It's not just what you do, but how you feel while you're doing it that determines what you create. You can take the same exact action from 2 different emotional states and get completely different results. When your actions come from love, trust, and excitement, they open doors. When they come from fear, desperation, and control, they tend to create more struggle. These 3 elements, thoughts, feelings, and actions, work together like a symphony. When they're in harmony, when they're all pointing in the same direction, that's when manifestation feels magical. That's when doors open that you didn't even know existed. That's when the right people show up at the right time. That's when solutions appear for problems you thought were impossible to solve. But here's what stops most people from experiencing this magic consistently. They're carrying old programming that blocks their natural creative power. These blocks aren't your fault, and they don't mean anything bad about you. They're just old patterns of thinking and feeling that you learned when you were young, when you didn't know any better, when you were just trying to survive and be loved. Maybe you learned that good things don't last, so now you're afraid to want anything too much. Maybe you learned that you have to work harder than everyone else to prove you're worthy, so now you exhaust yourself trying to earn what's already yours. Maybe you learned that other people's needs come first, so now you feel guilty for having desires of your own. Maybe you learned that money is the root of all evil, so now you sabotage yourself whenever abundance tries to flow into your life. These old beliefs live in your body as much as they live in your mind. They show up as tension in your shoulders when you think about asking for what you want. They show up as a tight feeling in your chest when you consider the possibility that your dreams might actually come true. They show up as that voice in your head that says, "Who do you think you are?" whenever you start to feel excited about something. The beautiful thing about these blocks is that they're not permanent. They're just energy patterns that got stuck, and energy can always be moved. You don't have to dig up every old wound or understand every detail of how these patterns formed. You just need to be willing to let them go, to choose love over fear, to choose your true self over the small story you learned to tell about yourself. One of the gentlest ways to begin releasing these blocks is simply to notice them with compassion. When you catch yourself thinking a thought that makes you feel small or afraid, you can pause and say, "Oh, there's that old pattern again. Thank you for trying to protect me, but I don't need protection from my own good." When you feel yourself contracting around a desire, you can breathe into that feeling and say, "It's safe for me to want beautiful things. It's safe for me to receive beautiful things." This isn't about fighting your old patterns or hating them. Fighting creates more resistance. Instead, it's about loving yourself enough to choose thoughts and beliefs that support your well-being and your dreams. It's about being so kind to yourself that the old patterns naturally dissolve in the warmth of your own love. As you become more aware of these old patterns and choose love over fear, you begin to prepare the inner ground where your manifestations will grow. Think of your consciousness like soil in a garden. You want this soil to be rich and fertile, full of love and possibility, so that when you plant the seeds of your desires, they have everything they need to flourish. The first element of fertile inner soil is self-worth. This isn't about thinking you're better than anyone else or proving your value through achievements. True self-worth is the quiet knowing that you belong here, that you matter, that your dreams and desires are valid simply because they're yours. It's understanding that you don't have to earn your right to a beautiful life. You were born with that right. Many people struggle with feeling deserving of their dreams, especially the big ones. There's this voice that whispers, "People like me don't get to have things like that," or "I'm not special enough for something so wonderful." But where did these voices come from? They came from a world that sometimes forgot to see the magnificent being that you are. They came from people who were carrying their own wounds and limitations. They never came from truth. The truth is that the same force that creates stars and sunsets and the laughter of children also created you. You are not an accident or an afterthought. You are a unique expression of life itself, and life wants to experience joy and abundance and love through you. When you deny yourself the good things your heart longs for, you're actually denying life the chance to express more beauty through your experience. Building your sense of deserving happens gradually, like tending a garden. You don't plant seeds and expect flowers the next day. You water them consistently. You give them sunlight. You trust the process. In the same way, you can begin to water your sense of worth with kind words to yourself, with choices that honor your well-being, with small acts of self-care that say, "I matter." One beautiful way to cultivate this inner fertility is through what I call worthiness practices. These are simple daily actions that help you embody the truth of your value. You might start your day by looking in the mirror and saying something kind to yourself, not because you've done anything to earn it, but just because you're here. You might choose to eat foods that nourish your body, not from a place of restriction, but from love. You might speak to yourself the way you would speak to a beloved friend. Your body holds so much wisdom about manifestation. Every cell in your body is constantly creating, constantly renewing, constantly responding to your thoughts and feelings. When you're stressed and fearful, your body contracts. Your breathing becomes shallow, your muscles tense, your energy feels heavy. When you're in a state of love and appreciation, your body expands, your breathing deepens, your posture opens, your energy feels light and flowing. This is why preparing your body is such an important part of preparing to manifest bigger things. Your body needs to feel safe with expansion, safe with receiving, safe with holding more energy and joy and abundance than you've experienced before. If your nervous system is always in fight or flight mode, it's very difficult to receive the good things that want to come to you. You can help your body feel safe through gentle, loving practices. Breathing deeply sends a signal to your nervous system that all is well. Moving your body in ways that feel good helps energy flow more freely. Taking warm baths, spending time in nature, listening to music that makes you feel peaceful, all of these things help create the inner environment where manifestation can flourish. Another essential element of preparing your inner garden is clearing out the weeds of comparison and competition. When you're constantly measuring your life against other people's lives, when you're worried about whether there's enough good to go around, you're operating from scarcity consciousness. Scarcity consciousness believes that someone else's success means less success for you, that someone else's happiness threatens your own. But the universe doesn't work that way. Love isn't limited. Joy isn't limited. Abundance isn't limited. There's no shortage of good things waiting to flow into this world. When you celebrate other people's successes, when you genuinely feel happy for their joy, you're aligning yourself with the abundance frequency. You're telling the universe, yes, I believe in good things. Yes, I trust that there's plenty for everyone. This shift from scarcity to abundance consciousness is like changing the soil in your garden from hard, dry earth to rich, dark compost. Everything grows differently when it's planted in abundance consciousness. Your thoughts become more creative. Your actions become more inspired. Your life becomes more magnetic. Now, as your inner garden becomes more fertile, as you feel safer in your body and more deserving in your heart, you can begin to work with your thoughts in a new way. Most people think that positive thinking means forcing yourself to think happy thoughts, even when you don't feel happy. But that's not how thoughts really work. Forced positivity creates resistance, and resistance blocks manifestation. True aligned thinking is more like turning your thoughts toward what you want to grow in your life. It's choosing to give your attention to possibilities instead of problems, to solutions instead of struggles, to what's working instead of what's wrong. It's not about denying reality or pretending everything is perfect. It's about using your thoughts as tools to create the reality you want to experience. There's a huge difference between desperate wanting and peaceful knowing. Desperate wanting comes from a place of lack. It says, I don't have this thing I need, and I'm not okay without it. Desperate wanting creates urgency and anxiety. It makes you try to control every detail of how and when your desires will manifest. It makes you scan your environment constantly for signs that your manifestation is working or not working. Peaceful knowing, on the other hand, comes from a place of connection to your desire. It says, this thing that I want is already mine in the realm of possibility. I'm just allowing it to unfold in perfect timing. Peaceful knowing creates patience and trust. It lets you take inspired action without attachment to specific outcomes. It lets you enjoy the journey of manifestation instead of just waiting for the destination. You can transform desperate wanting into peaceful knowing by shifting your relationship with time. Desperate wanting believes that you need your desires right now, that waiting is suffering, that delay means denial. Peaceful knowing understands that everything has its perfect timing, that the journey toward your desires is part of the gift, that delay often means the universe is preparing something even better than what you originally asked for. This doesn't mean you should be passive or never take action toward your goals. It means you can hold your desires lightly, with open hands instead of clenched fists. You can work toward them with excitement instead of anxiety. You can trust that what's meant for you will find you, while still showing up fully for the opportunities that come your way. Doubt is one of the biggest obstacles to aligned thinking. Doubt isn't bad or wrong. It's just your mind trying to protect you from disappointment. But doubt becomes problematic when it starts making decisions for you, when it talks you out of dreams before you even try, when it convinces you that wanting beautiful things is foolish or naive. You can work with doubt instead of fighting it. When doubt shows up, you can acknowledge it gently. I see you, doubt. Thank you for trying to keep me safe. But I'm choosing to trust life today. I'm choosing to believe in possibilities. You don't have to convince doubt to go away. You just have to choose love and trust more often than you choose fear and doubt. One of the most powerful ways to transform doubt into trust is through evidence collecting. Start noticing all the ways that life is already supporting you. The fact that your heart beats without you having to think about it. The fact that you woke up this morning with fresh air to breathe. The fact that solutions to problems often appear when you least expect them. The fact that beautiful surprises show up in your life regularly, even if they're small ones. When you train your mind to look for evidence of support instead of evidence of struggle, you start to see that you live in a friendly universe. You start to trust that the same intelligence that grows your hair and heals your cuts and brings you exactly the right book at exactly the right time can also bring you the bigger things your heart desires. Your thoughts are like seeds, and the emotional state you maintain while thinking them is like the water and sunlight that help them grow. This is why the feeling aspect of manifestation is so important. You can think positive thoughts all day long, but if you're feeling anxious or frustrated or resigned while you think them, you're sending mixed signals to the creative force of life. The emotional frequency you maintain most consistently is what creates your reality. If you spend most of your time feeling grateful, excited, and loving, you attract experiences that match those feelings. If you spend most of your time feeling worried, frustrated, and resentful, you attract experiences that match those feelings instead. This isn't about being happy all the time or suppressing difficult emotions. It's about learning to choose feelings that align with what you want to create. It's about understanding that you have more power over your emotional state than you might have realized. It's about cultivating the feelings of having your desires fulfilled, even before they show up in physical form. The feeling of already having what you want is one of the most powerful manifestation tools you can use. When you can genuinely feel grateful for something before it appears, when you can feel the joy of your dream as if it's already real, you're aligning yourself with that reality on an energetic level. You're becoming a match for what you want to create. This doesn't mean pretending that things are different than they are. It means accessing the part of you that knows your desires are already real in the field of possibility. It means feeling into the essence of what you want, the freedom, the joy, the love, the security, and letting yourself experience those feelings now, in this moment. The difference between forcing and allowing is the difference between swimming against the current and swimming with it. When you're forcing, you're trying to make things happen through your own limited will. You're micromanaging the universe, telling it exactly how and when your desires should manifest. You're operating from the belief that if you don't control everything, nothing good will happen. When you're allowing, you're working with the natural flow of life. You're setting clear intentions and then staying open to how those intentions might unfold. You're taking inspired action while remaining flexible about the path. You're trusting that life wants to bring you good things and that your job is to stay aligned with love and possibility. Allowing doesn't mean being passive. It means being responsive to the guidance and opportunities that come your way. It means saying yes to invitations that excite you, even if you can't see how they connect to your goals. It means following your curiosity and your joy, trusting that they're leading you somewhere beautiful. You can practice allowing by paying attention to how things feel in your body. Forcing feels tight and effortful. Allowing feels spacious and flowing. Forcing makes you hold your breath. Allowing helps you breathe deeply. Forcing makes you worry about the future. Allowing helps you trust in perfect timing. One beautiful practice for cultivating the feeling states that support manifestation is to spend time each day feeling grateful for what you already have. Not because what you have is enough and you shouldn't want more, but because gratitude is the frequency of abundance. When you feel genuinely grateful, you're telling the universe, yes, I love receiving good things. Please send more. Another powerful practice is to spend time visualizing your desires, not from a place of need, but from a place of joy. Let yourself feel excited about the possibilities. Let yourself feel worthy of beautiful things. Let yourself experience the emotions you would feel if your dreams were already real. This isn't wishful thinking. This is emotional preparation for what's coming. Now that you're learning to cultivate the feeling states that support your manifestations, it's time to understand how this inner alignment translates into action in the world. Taking inspired action is very different from taking fearful action or forced action. Inspired action flows naturally from your alignment with love and possibility. It feels exciting rather than overwhelming. It feels like moving towards something beautiful rather than running away from something scary. Inspired action often doesn't look logical from the outside. It might mean saying yes to an invitation that has nothing to do with your goals, but something inside you feels drawn to it. It might mean taking a class that interests you, even though you can't see how it connects to what you want to manifest. It might mean having a conversation with a stranger who catches your attention, or taking a different route home just because it feels good. The key to recognizing inspired action is that it feels expansive in your body. It makes you feel more alive, more curious, more connected to life. Even if it's challenging or outside your comfort zone, there's an underlying excitement that tells you you're moving in the right direction. Inspired action often comes with a sense of rightness, a feeling that you're being guided towards something wonderful. Fear-based action, on the other hand, feels contractive. It comes from the belief that you have to make things happen or they won't happen at all. It's driven by urgency and worry. It makes you feel like you're pushing uphill, like you're working against life instead of with it. Fear-based action often leads to burnout and disappointment because it's not aligned with the natural flow of your life. Learning to distinguish between these two types of action takes practice and self-compassion. Sometimes you'll take action from fear, and that's okay. You're not doing anything wrong. You're just learning. The beautiful thing is that life is always offering you new opportunities to choose again, to act from love instead of fear, to trust the process instead of trying to control it. One way to cultivate more inspired action is to regularly check in with your body before making decisions. When you're considering a course of action, take a moment to feel into it. Does this choice make your body feel open and expansive, or tight and contracted? Does it make you feel more like yourself or less like yourself? Does it align with love or does it come from fear? Your intuition is always guiding you toward what serves your highest good, but sometimes that guidance leads you on paths that your logical mind doesn't understand. This is why trust becomes so important. Trust that the same intelligence that coordinates the movement of planets and the changing of seasons is also coordinating the details of your life. Trust that when you follow your joy and excitement, you're being led toward your dreams, even when the connection isn't obvious. Sometimes inspired action means taking bold steps forward, and sometimes it means pausing and creating space for clarity. Sometimes it means saying yes to opportunities, and sometimes it means saying no to things that don't align with your truth. The key is learning to listen to the quiet voice of wisdom within you, the voice that always knows what serves your highest good. As you learn to take inspired action, You also begin to understand how supported you truly are by the universe itself. This support isn't something you have to earn or prove yourself worthy of. It's your birthright as a being made of the same energy that creates galaxies and grows forests. The universe is always conspiring in your favor, always working to bring you experiences that help you grow and expand and express more of who you really are. Understanding universal support means recognizing that you're not in this alone. You're not struggling against an indifferent cosmos, trying to force your way to happiness through your own limited efforts. You're part of an intelligent, loving system that wants to see you thrive. Every challenge you face contains the seeds of growth. Every setback contains information that helps you redirect towards something better. Every door that closes is making space for a better door to open. This doesn't mean that life is always easy or that you'll never face difficulties. It means that even the difficult times are serving your highest good in ways you might not understand while you're going through them. It means trusting that there's a bigger picture, a larger intelligence at work, even when things don't make sense from your limited perspective. One of the most important aspects of working with universal support is learning to trust divine timing. Your logical mind wants everything to happen on your timeline, according to your plans. But the universe operates on a much larger scale, coordinating millions of factors to bring you exactly what you need at exactly the right moment. What looks like delay to you might actually be perfect timing from a broader perspective. Learning to trust divine timing doesn't mean becoming passive or giving up on your dreams. It means holding your desires with open hands, staying excited about them while releasing attachment to exactly how and when they unfold. It means understanding that the universe often delivers your dreams in packages you don't recognize, through doors you never thought to look for. You can strengthen your connection to universal support by paying attention to synchronicities, those meaningful coincidences that seem to happen just when you need them. Maybe you're thinking about someone and they call you. Maybe you need information about something and the perfect book appears in your path. Maybe you're feeling discouraged and a stranger says exactly what you need to hear. These aren't accidents. They're evidence of the intelligent love that's always working behind the scenes of your life. Prayer and meditation are beautiful ways to align yourself with universal support. This doesn't have to be religious or formal. It can be as simple as sitting quietly and feeling your connection to something larger than yourself. It can be asking for guidance and then staying open to how that guidance might come. It can be expressing gratitude for all the ways you're already being supported, even in small things. The more you recognize and appreciate the support that's already flowing into your life, the more support you'll notice. It's like tuning your radio to a frequency that was always there. Once you find it, you wonder how you ever missed it. The love and guidance and assistance you need are always available. Your job is simply to stay open to receiving them. Universal support often comes through other people. Someone offers you exactly the opportunity you've been hoping for. Someone introduces you to exactly the right person at exactly the right time. Someone shares information that opens up a whole new possibility you hadn't considered. This is why staying open-hearted toward others is such an important part of manifestation. Every person you meet might be carrying a gift for you. Staying open to unexpected pathways is crucial because the universe is infinitely creative. Your dreams might manifest in ways that are even better than what you originally imagined, but only if you're willing to let go of your attachment to exactly how things should look. The universe might have a shortcut you don't know about, or a more scenic route that includes unexpected joys along the way. Creating a daily practice that supports your manifestations is like tending a garden every day, making sure your plants have what they need to grow strong and healthy. These practices don't have to be complicated or time-consuming. They just need to be consistent and done with love. Simple, sustainable habits that align you with your true self and your desires will serve you much better than elaborate routines that you can't maintain. One of the most powerful daily practices is beginning each day by setting a loving intention. Before you get caught up in the busyness of life, take a few moments to connect with your heart and ask yourself, how do I want to feel today? What kind of energy do I want to bring to my experiences? How can I be a loving presence in my own life and in the lives of others? This simple practice helps you start each day from alignment rather than reactivity. Morning practices can be incredibly supportive for manifestation. This might include spending a few minutes feeling grateful for what you already have, visualizing your desires with joy and excitement, or simply sitting quietly and feeling your connection to the loving intelligence of life. Some people like to write in a journal, expressing their dreams and appreciations. Others prefer gentle movement or breathing exercises that help them feel centered and open. Throughout your day, you can practice what I call alignment check-ins. Every few hours, pause and ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? Are my thoughts serving me? Am I operating from love or from fear? These little moments of awareness help you stay conscious of your inner state instead of running on autopilot. When you notice you've drifted into worry or negativity, you can gently redirect yourself back to thoughts and feelings that support what you want to create. Evening practices help you end each day in a state of love and appreciation. You might reflect on the good things that happened during the day, no matter how small. You might forgive yourself for any mistakes or harsh judgments you made. You might send love to people who challenged you, understanding that everyone is doing their best with what they know. You might express gratitude for the lessons and growth opportunities the day provided. One beautiful evening practice is to spend a few minutes feeling as if your desires have already manifested. Let yourself experience the joy and gratitude you would feel if your dreams were already real. This isn't about pretending or denying current reality. It's about aligning yourself energetically with what you want to create, so you become a magnet for those experiences. Maintaining momentum through challenges is one of the most important skills you can develop. There will be days when you don't feel motivated, when doubt creeps in, when circumstances seem to be moving in the opposite direction of your dreams. These times aren't signs that manifestation isn't working. They're often signs that you're getting close to a breakthrough, that old patterns are being cleared away to make room for something new. During challenging times, go back to the basics. Be extra gentle with yourself. Focus on thoughts and activities that make you feel good. Spend time in nature if possible. Connect with people who support and encourage you. Remember that difficult periods are temporary, and they often precede the most beautiful breakthroughs. Your daily practices should feel nourishing rather than burdensome. If something stops feeling good, change it. If you miss a day, start again the next day without guilt. The goal isn't perfection, it's consistency and love. Even 5 minutes of conscious alignment each day will create more positive change in your life than hours of practice done from obligation or force. The practices that will serve you best are the ones that resonate with your heart. Some people love affirmations, while others prefer meditation. Some people enjoy vision boards, while others prefer journaling. Some people like to work with crystals or essential oils, while others prefer simple breathing exercises. Trust yourself to know what feels right for you, and don't worry about what works for other people. As you develop these daily practices and maintain them with love and consistency, you prepare yourself for manifestations that are bigger and more beautiful than anything you've allowed yourself to dream of before. You become someone who can receive abundant love, who can hold powerful dreams, who can trust in possibilities that others might think are impossible. This is your time, beautiful soul. This is your moment to step into the fullness of who you are and what you're capable of creating. You've been preparing for this your entire life, even when you didn't know it. Every experience you've had, every lesson you've learned, every moment of growth has been leading you to this place of readiness. You are so much more powerful than you've been taught to believe. You are so much more deserving than you've been led to think. You are so much more supported than you've dared to imagine. The dreams in your heart aren't there to torture you with their impossibility. They're there because they're meant to be yours. They're there because life wants to express more beauty and joy and love through your unique experience. The world needs what you came here to create. It needs your particular gifts, your special way of seeing things, your unique contribution to the tapestry of human experience. When you allow yourself to manifest the life you truly desire, you're not being selfish, you're serving life itself. You're allowing the creative force of the universe to express more of its infinite potential through you. Everything you need to manifest your biggest dreams already exists within you. The love, the wisdom, the power, the creativity, it's all there, waiting to be expressed. You don't need to become someone different or better. You just need to remember who you really are and let that truth shine through every aspect of your life. Start where you are today. Take one small step toward what makes your heart sing. Choose one loving thought over one fearful thought. Express gratitude for one beautiful thing in your life. Trust that this step, no matter how small it seems, is enough to begin the transformation. Trust that the universe will meet you exactly where you are and guide you toward everything your heart desires. You are ready for this, sweetheart. You are ready to manifest big. You are ready to live the extraordinary life that's been waiting for you all along. The only thing standing between you and your dreams is the decision to begin, the willingness to trust, and the courage to love yourself enough to believe that you deserve everything beautiful that life has to offer. Take a deep breath and feel the truth of these words in your body. Feel your readiness, feel your power, feel your worthiness. And then step forward into your magnificent life with confidence, knowing that you are supported, you are loved, and you are destined for greatness. This is just the beginning of the most beautiful chapter of your life.